Most of the games I played throughout my childhood were on the PC. PC games are like my safe zone, and one of the most recognizable genres on the PC were the point-and-click games. Now, when most people think of point-and-click games, they think the simple puzzle adventure games like Putt Putt or Pajama Sam, or they think of the gripping telltale games like The Walking Dead or The Wolf Among Us. But some game developers like to change it up, like Scott Cawthon. Oh yeah, we're talking about Five Nights at Freddy's, one of the most highest growing horror games of this year, of this decade even. It even hasn't been out for a year, which is highly surprising, and most people already know it, if they tread the YouTube gaming section. There are millions of videos on Five Nights at Freddy's, and even YouTuber Markiplier has been considered the king of Five Nights at Freddy's. With a price tag of $5, it's eye-catching, and I can see why it got so popular. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's is a point-and-click atmospheric horror game. It was released August 18th, 2014, and videos came flying in every direction on YouTube with screams and views. To be honest, I had no intention to play this game at all when I first saw it. I even thought it was scary back then. Nowadays, not so much. However, the big question some people have asked is if the game is worth it. Well, that's what we're here to find out. A few warnings though. First off, I'll be showing some jump scares from the game, so if you don't do well with jump scares, then I don't know what to tell you. Second, I'll be talking about the plot and things you unlock by completing the game, so pretty much, spoiler alert. But it's Five Nights at Freddy's, so it doesn't matter. These are my warnings, so without further ado, let's dive in. When the game starts off, we see an ad for a job opening at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. We are that new employee and take the role as a security guard. The guard before us leaves messages on the phone about what to do each night, but it's clear he's hiding something or is worried about something. He then tells that the animatronics roam the pizzeria at night, and if they spot a human, they will see it as a naked metal endoskeleton without a costume on, which is against the rules at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. If they catch you, they will stuff you into a suit which will kill you since it has animatronic parts which are not very good for the human body. The man on the phone says that the animatronics used to move around during the day, but because of an event called the Bite of 87, they are not allowed to move because apparently someone lost their frontal lobe. Which is bad, since the frontal lobe pretty much contains our long-term memories and whether or not a choice we're about to make is good or bad, and the emotional outcomes that will come with it. You know that little voice in your head that tells you whether the choice you're about to make is good or bad? That's your frontal lobe. Loss of the frontal lobe can cause strokes. This has been an educational lesson about the human body. Our goal? Survive. We work from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. for all 5 nights and must make it through without dying. This game looks pretty good overall for what it is. The game consists of still images that are sometimes stretched out like a panorama with 3D models, animations, and sound effects that sends chills up the spine. I like the atmosphere of this game of how dark and creepy it is. There are some graphical bugs that happen, like with the fan, but other than that, the game looks and sounds fine. There are even some sound effects that I don't really know what they do other than distract you and make you scared. Sometimes look doesn't work, but it definitely does at its right moments. As I said before, the game involves pointing and clicking. You use only the mouse and the left mouse button to perform actions. You are always in your office and cannot move no matter what. To the left and right side of the office are lights and doors. The lights allow you to see in the blind spot and if an animatronic is right at the door and is one step away from getting you. At the bottom of the screen is a tab to pull up the cameras. You bring up the cameras by just going over the tab. You don't even need to click it. While in the cameras, you are able to click on other cams to look around the facility and find where the animatronics are. You can return to the office at any time by going over the tab once again to close the cameras. If the animatronics are close to you, all you need to do is close the door and they'll go away after some time. All this doesn't sound bad, except you have a limited supply of power for each night. Everything you do drains power, from checking cameras, turning on the lights, and keeping the door shut. The usage also stacks up where you drain a lot of power every second. At the top right of the screen is your time, and you must survive until 6 a.m. Because of this, you need to manage how much power you use per hour. My rule of thumb is to usually drain only about 20% or less every hour and try to use less the closer you are to winning. If you run out of power, then it comes down to luck on how the night ends. While the power is out, time is still going, so you still have a chance, but that all comes down to how blood-hungry Freddy is. Speaking of Freddy, every horror game needs you to be afraid of something, and we have him and his gang.
Besides Freddy, we have his pals Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica start every night on the show stage, while Foxy starts at Pirate's Cove. Bonnie and Chica act the same way by moving around the facility until they reach the blind spot at the doors and can be seen by the lights. You can get rid of them by closing the door, but if you're not fast enough, they'll jam the respective door and light so that you are unable to use them. Checking the cameras and closing them will cause them to kill you, but they are also able to close the cameras at any time to give you the game over. Freddy moves around like Bonnie and Chica, except he laughs every time he moves, so you can tell where he is. He also acts differently with the doors because he doesn't appear in the blind spot. However, him getting in is the same way, by checking the cameras. But him killing you is all up to luck, so you don't know when's going to come. Then finally, Foxy. Oh boy, Foxy. Foxy doesn't move around the facility, but rather stays in Pirate's Cove. He moves the less you stare at him, and eventually, he sprints, you heard me right, sprints towards your office. Like everyone else, you can stop him by closing the door, causing him to slam into it. But here's where it gets difficult. Every time Foxy hits the door, he drains some power. First hit, 1%. Second hit, 6%. Third hit, 10%, and stacks up from there. Not only that, but the number of times he hits the door is completely random and based on luck. I'll talk more about this later. Then finally, there is a secret fifth animatronic known as Golden Freddy. I shall also talk about him later. And back to the story. On night 4, Phone Guy leaves us a message and then gets killed by the animatronics.
No, not Phone Guy. I'll miss him?
On night 5, another message is sent that is all garbled up. Yeah, because that's what we want. Ear rape. Night 5 may be hard for those who aren't the greatest at the game, but it's not that hard if you develop the strategy. Upon completing Night 5, we earn a check of $120 and learn the name of our character, Mike Schmidt. When all 5 nights are completed, we earn 1 star in the main menu and unlock the 6th night. Night 6 is pretty much harder than Night 5, but if your strategy got you this far, you should be alright. When Night 6 is completed, we earn another check of $120.50 and get a 2nd star in the main menu. Along with this, we unlock Night 7, or the Custom Night. Here we can customize the AI of all the animatronics to suit our difficulty. Beating Night 7 will show us a pink slip or proof of us getting fired. When the game first came out, Night 7 served as just a training night. That was until Twitch streamer Big Bug was able to complete Night 7 with every single animatronic on the level of 20, the highest level. This challenge is known as the 420 mode challenge, or 20-20-20-20 mode. Scott originally thought it was impossible to beat, but was proven wrong. Because of this, for those able to beat the dreaded Night 7, will unlock a 3rd star on the main menu. Now here comes the bullshit. Remember how I talked about the certain actions were all determined by luck and randomness? This is where it all comes down to. You can take the strategy you made and throw it out the fucking window because it will not work here. There is one strategy and one strategy only that can earn you victory. And if you know any others, then I would love to fucking know.
This is what I hate about this part. It all comes down to luck, and I hate luck, chance, or fucking anything that doesn't involve skill.
Let's say you do have the strategy down and you don't make any mistakes like I do. That won't fucking matter in the end. Most of this bullshit is luck, and making it comes down to Foxy. The number of times Foxy runs and hits the door is all complete luck. In short, you can only have Foxy hit the door once. Once! If he runs more than once, you might as well just open the door and let him kill you because it won't fucking matter. Even if Foxy doesn't run at all, or he runs only once, it won't matter because of your power. You will always lose power in the end, and winning all comes down to how long Freddy will play his fucking shitty-ass song. I don't recommend you play this, and I have reasons why. From nights 1 to 6, I didn't die, and recording the footage took probably an hour or less. I died 25 fucking times on 420 mode, and all came down to fucking luck. The total time it took me to beat 420 mode for me was 4 hours. 4 motherfucking hours. This review would have been released earlier, but because of this, it got delayed again, and again, and again, and again, and fucking again. Don't believe me? Then watch this. Five Nights at Freddy's also contains some secrets as well. At points, things will change and be called hallucinations, like animatronic heads staring at a camera or a poster of Freddy ripping his head off. But the biggest hallucination is Golden Freddy. I couldn't get any footage of him, but I'll still talk about him. In very rare moments, the poster of Freddy in the left hallway will change to Golden Freddy. If the player returns to the office, Golden Freddy will be waiting there, looking at you. You can get rid of him by checking the cameras, but if you stare at him for too long, he'll kill you and crash the game because of it. You can get the Golden Freddy death screen by inputting 1987 on the custom menu as a reference to the bite of 87. This happens because of a rumor that spread saying that if you completed this, you would get an alternative ending. Scott put this in to stop this rumor, so you can't play it. Although not a bonus for beating 420 mode, there is a cheat in the game that automatically completes the night. By pressing the keys C, D, and plus, and it needs to be the plus on the number pad, it will complete the night and even count as completion like in 420 mode. Don't do that though. Go the distance and show them who's boss.
Freddy's is a nice gem that Scott Kaufman made, and you can tell he put a lot of care into it, which I can respect. But 420 mode is complete bullshit, and it will drive you insane, so I don't recommend it. I hope this gave you enough insight on whether or not this game is for you, and, well, I hope you had a fun time listening to this review and me rambling on for however long about Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the... You guys hear that, right? How is it ringing? It's not connected to anything.
Hello? I want to record a message for you to help get started on this next game.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. It took me a while to make because of 420 mode, and editing wasn't that hard to do. I mean, it took me about 2 days, but 420 mode took me a while. Anyway, tell me what you thought of it. Leave a like and a comment on what was good, what was bad, what you need to fix, what you can keep. This is all because this is the first review. I want to get better at this, and I want to make these reviews for you guys, and I just have fun making them. If you want more content like this, then subscribe, and tell me what you want me to review next. I'm not going to do just games, just horror games. No, I'm going to do any game. If you want to recommend me a movie to review, I'll review a movie. If you want me to review a show, I'll review a show. It's just some guidelines. It just needs to be accessible by computer, because I don't have anything to record off my Wii U, so nothing that is console-based. If it's laptop and computer, then I might do it. I'm not going to guarantee I can do it. I've got a lot on my plate because I got the Five Nights at Freddy's reaction video. I'm rambling on at this point. If you enjoy it, then tell me, and I'll see you. Jesse will see you guys, and other people will see you in the next video. So I'll see you guys later. Please, please, please. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! Yes! Ah! Ah! I did it! Ah!